Is taking the next step in your career part of your plan for the new year? Then you're going to need a resume that will get you noticed. Tiffany Romeo with your polished profile is back on the show with some resume do's and don'ts. Welcome back.
How are you?
Good. Okay, so let's focus on the don'ts. What are the common mistakes that folks make with their resumes?
Well, the biggest mistake people are making is not being prepared. Even if you have a job, you want to make sure that resume is updated. Every single time you get a new certification, you learn something new. I mean, as soon as you get that next job, the first thing you should do is get that resume updated, because usually if you're let go or if you decide to leave, that's when you're in panic mode. So maybe you're not in the best place to work on that resume. So you want to do it when you already have a job where you're, feeling positive already.
You feel good about yourself, so you're more likely to kind of brag about yourself a little on your resume.
Absolutely.
Okay, so when do things start to drop off the bottom? When do you kind of phase out? Because you want that one page, right? Not two pages anymore?
Since a lot of times they're being sent via email and not being set on someone's desk, 2 pages is fine, but you really want to make sure that everything is relevant. If you're a graphic designer, put graphic design stuff on there and make it pretty. If you're worried about, or if you're going to start looking for, a job where you work with kids, then add that you were a little league coach. But if you're going for that graphic designer, maybe leave that little league coach off. Just make sure that everything is really, really relevant, because you don't want to waste anyone's time.
What's the best place to start with your resume? What's that first thing they should see?
I think the first thing they should see, obviously, is your name, because, duh, right? Yeah. That seems kind of crazy. But then also, maybe tell a little bit about yourself. Not just talking about, these are all things that I've done, but who you are as a person, because I think a lot of times people are hiring for, personality over skill. Skill, everything being equal, personality is going to win. So make sure that you're showing your personality on that resume. And
so often now, like you said, everything is electronic. So you have to be prepared to transfer that resume onto maybe their form, their website they have loaded. So you have to be flexible, right?
You have to be flexible, but one of the things that people don't do is email it to yourself in every format that you could possibly imagine. And then open it up, email it to other people, see what it looks like when it comes up on your email or when it comes up on your computer screen, because maybe the format's a little bit off, or maybe it's just not exactly what it looks like, what you want it to look like. So make sure that it's, when they open it up, they get that first look, it's a great first impression.
Now, should you tailor your resume to a specific job, like that opening statement, adjust it so it fits what you're going for?
It kind of goes either way on that, but I really think that you need to make sure and reference what they're looking for in at least one part of your resume.
Okay, so how about those references? Do you list them?
You know what? Bring them to the interview, because your resume is going to be so awesome that you will get that interview. Bring them, have them in your bag, for that interview, but don't waste the space.
What about finding great references that how you're like, okay, would they tell wonderful things about me? Would they say,
Well, it's always best if you give that person a heads up. And maybe some talking points if you're not, super close with them, about what some great things they could say about you. But also notice who it is that could be calling. If they have certain certain degree or certain certifications after their name, maybe make sure that one of your references also has those certifications. So it's kind of, they're looking at it, they're talking to a peer, so that their recommendation
equal.
kind of,
means something.
Holds a little bit more weight.
Okay, and also Facebook. Should we be careful with Facebook, especially if you're out there applying for a job?
If you are out there applying for a job, you better filter that Facebook, because a lot of times they can ask you what's your Facebook, page, and go to it and look at it. Or a lot of times they're already looking there before they even call you in. So maybe those pictures of you out and about are maybe not the best things you should have, if you're looking for a job. Just, kind of take those out and Google yourself. Find out what comes up when you Google yourself. Is it that crazy picture from college, or is it, the award that you won? Kind of make sure and see what you can do to take some of that stuff down. If it's on the internet, it's on there forever, but
try to delete those things.
Try to delete some of those things, but yeah, Google yourself.
Think before you post. Think before you post.
That's what we have a strict rule with my friends. We have to make sure that it's postable. So,
well, thank you for coming on the show.
Sure.
We appreciate your great advice.
Absolutely.
All right.